Hey man, did you build the latest Dangerous Veggies deck?
Bro, that's an April Fool's joke that was out a long time ago, dumbass.
It came out in SPTO 6.
You're kidding, right? Veggies? Oh no, they're alive!
What's up YouTube and all you sexy buddy fighters? Yes guys, the Dangerous Veggies are here. Every kid's nightmare has came alive. Today, I'm gonna share with you my secret recipe to whip up the perfect broth of Dangerous Veggies delicacy so you can torture little kids. You know, if moms were to play Buddyfight, they will be using Dangerous Veggies. Serious! Before I begin, I'd like to congratulate Alpha1107 for winning these Dangerous Veggie sleeves. I will need you to comment your email address down below so I can send you the details on how I can mail you these awesome sleeves. Alright, let's begin! So, for the buddy, we play Strategic Arms Dangerous Vegan Curry. It's a size 3 with a massive stats of 20k power, 3 criticals and 20k defense. You know, Dangerous Veggies is one of my favorite buddy fight decks, because it is a Buddyfight original. You know, there are in any other card game there are attributes like dragons, ogres, mages, but there isn't something that is veggie, which is very cute. I mean, take a look at the artwork. You know, they are all in this little curry pot where they're all working together. You know, carrots giving stuff to potato, and wait, take a look at this guy. He's not doing anything, Mr. Broccoli. So it's very cute. It's really very nice. So the caption says, I'm not sure why, but it's delicious. This is the curry from Danger World. Very cute. So the core cost, put 3 Dangerous Veggies monsters with different card names on your field into its soul and pay 2 gauge. Abilities of this card cannot be nullified by your opponent card effects, and you cannot take damage by card effects. This is a little bit like Shadow Shade, you know. You can't take effect damage, its effect can be nullified, and it's really hard to kill. And also, this card get abilities of all originally sized 2 or less Dangerous Veggies in its soul. So it's something like Link Dragon Order as well. So at the start of your turn, you gain 10 life. Wow, that is insane. 10 life, guys. If he managed to survive for 1 turn, which is very possible with such stats, and with a 3 soul inside, you're able to gain 10 life. You know, opponent won't be able to kill you, and you're able to drag the game longer. Maybe go into Lost World and destroy your opponent. It has Penetrate, Triple Attack, and Soul Guard. Wow, how crazy is that? And also, Dangerous Veggies is gonna get a boost in February, so I'll definitely be keeping these Dangerous Veggies deck, man. First up, we play 2 copies of Lost World. So this deck has a lot of draw power, so it's very viable for Lost World. And basically, Lost World is overpowered, and it helps to give the extra push to finish your opponents off. Next, we play 3 copies of the Buddy. This is your main monster of the deck. You'll definitely be calling him. However, usually you call him only once per turn, and there are spells to search him out as well. So 3 copies of the Buddy. Next, we play 3 copies of Warrant Officer Pumpkin. Take a look at that. So his effect is when this card is destroyed, drop 1 of your opponent gauge. Also, this card gets size reduced by 1 for each other Dangerous Veggies monster on your field. So imagine if this is inside your size 3, you know, if you call another size 1, it becomes a size 2, so it won't oversize. So it's very important, you know, it prevents your opponent from going into the turn 0 Lost World. So maybe I'll put 1 of them inside my sideboard. So for the deck, 3 copies of him. Next up, we'll play 4 copies of Colonel Green Pepper. Our mind also hate veggies of their fresh taste. Wow, that's a scary little veggie. So pay 1 gauge, counter, during your turn, call up to 1 Dangerous Veggies monster from your drop zone other than Colonel Green Pepper by paying their call cost. So you're able to toolbox into any of the Dangerous Veggies, which is very cool. Also, when this card attacks and destroys your opponent monster, stand this card. So you're able to clear stuff with very heavy soul guard, such as Athora or Vanity DN. You know, just restand, clear the entire monster and win the game. Definitely play 4 copies of him. You can also consider putting him as Buddy, because you definitely need him inside your size 3. So 4 copies. Next up, we play 4 copies of First Lieutenant Eggplant. Look at him and his slice of eggplant gonna slash you up. What a cute little fella. Alright, so this is the card which makes Dangerous Veggies very dangerous. So all Dangerous Veggies monster on your field cannot be rest by opponent card effect. And when this card is destroyed, if your opponent has 3 or more hand cards, your opponent chooses and drop a hand card. Now there's many ways in the deck to allows you to destroy your own monster, recycle them and destroy them a deck again. So you can dismantle your opponent's hand size even during the first turn until they left 2 cards, which is very powerful. Next up, we play 4 copies of Copper Potato. Now this guy is my favorite because he'll turn you into a mashed potato, and I really love eating potatoes. So his effect is all dangerous veggies monster on your field get defense plus 5,000. So if inside of your size tree, it becomes a 25,000 defense. And also this card is destroyed, it draws a card. So you're able to draw a card, recycle him, draw a card. On your very first turn, you're able to draw into a lot of cards, which is amazing. Also, definitely buddy material. Next up, we'll play 4 copies of Major Onion. It says, darn it, I'm the one that should be crying. I don't get it. Isn't he already crying? Or is it because he looks like an onion? I don't know. Alright, so counter. During an attack your opponent's turn, you may call him on the field and redirect the attack. And when he's destroyed, you may rest a card on your opponent's field. This is very important. It's basically like your negate. And it also rests your opponent's cards, so it prevents him from attacking even further. And this allows the survivability of your size tree, allowing you to gain that 10 life at the start of your turn, making you immortal. Next off, for the one-offs, we have Colonel Tomato, so it gives you extra critical, and when it's destroyed, you're able to charge 2 gauge. Chief Carrot, so souls in all dangerous veggies cannot be dropped by your opponent. So when this card is destroyed, deal 1 damage to your opponent, extra burn damage. And we have Captain Asparagus, so critical of all dangerous veggies monsters on your field cannot be reduced. When this card is destroyed, drop 2 souls from a card on your opponent's field. Very good against stuff like Atora. So these are the different ingredients we have in the deck to give you all the flavors in your curry. Mamma mia! Next up, we play 4 copies of It's So Delicious. So cast cost, destroy a dangerous veggies monster on your field, gain all their effect, and also counter, gain 2 life and draw 2 cards. This is the most important spell in the deck. Definitely play 4. Next up, we play 4 copies of Farm Fresh. This is actually my favorite out of the deck. All the veggies on the van, never know that they're actually being transported to the market and being sold off to merchants as food. Or could it be they actually killed the human driver, take over his van, and his veggie gang will eventually take over the world. Oh no! Who's the veggie now, they say. Alright, so 4 copies, you may only cast this card if a dangerous veggies on your field. Look at the top 4 cards and take any amount of dangerous veggies and put the rest into the gauge. You're able to dig out all your different veggies. Next up, we'll play 4 copies of It's the Season for Fresh Veggies. So, pay 2 life, put up to 1 size 3 dangerous veggies, which is your boss monster, and put up to 1 dangerous veggies item from your deck into your hand. It's your basic searcher card of the deck. Definitely play 4. Next up, we'll play 3 copies of Demon Slave Fear Press. Now this is a brand new promo we got as a box stopper from the set SBT06. Counter, destroy a monster on your field. If you do put the top card of your deck into the gauge, gain 1 life and draw a card. Wow, this is one of the best promos that we got for Danger World in general. And this is very good with this deck because when you destroy, you're able to trigger all the veggies abilities. At the same time, you get a charge and draw. Very amazing deck, also able to prevent like penetrate and stuff like that. Wow. Next up, we play 2 copies of Burst Deity Calling Ritual. Now pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. Draw a card. If you have an item equipped, draw another card. This is basically your nice one of the deck, very useful. Pay 1 gauge and draw 2. However, it is very hard to find. It is all the way from the season hundreds. So, and it's only printed once. It hasn't had a reprint. So it's very useful. If you have it, use it. If you don't, it's fine as well because the deck has a lot of different draw powers as well. So you play 2 copies of him. Next up, we'll play 2 copies of Members Only Club Dead Deity. So this is actually a God Punk card. So set at the start of your opponent's main phase, choose one of the 2. Your opponent drops a hand card and you draw a card, or your opponent drops a gauge and you actually charge 2 gauge. So it's very useful because with your asparagus, eggplant, you actually drop your opponent hand size. You're able to potentially drop him down to 2. With this card, you're able to drop him another hand card, which I don't think that any deck can actually recover from that kind of hand size, which is really amazing. 2 cards just to tag it in, very useful. And finally, we play 4 copies of Pressure Gourmet Cooker Atsuruyaku. So, counter, you may destroy a dangerous veggies on your field if you do draw a card. So if you're destroyed, Captain Potato, you actually draw 2 cards instead. So it's very useful. And his second ability is choose the dangerous veggies on your field. You may put this card from the field into the drop zone. If you do, the next time it will be destroyed, it remains in the field. So what I like to do is, I can destroy my dangerous veggies, gain all the abilities, and then use this ability to prevent my boss monsters from being destroyed. Then I re-equip another one, and then I destroy him so that he doesn't leave the field and he still gains all the abilities. Really very powerful. You can use him during your turn or your opponent's turn as well. So we play 4 copies of him. Another card that I would recommend, however I do not have, is a card from Ancient World and Danger World. It is on the same boat as a Cancerous Dragon. So you're able to charge 1 gauge and put a card from your drop zone into a soul of a monster. So you're able to toolbox any of these dangerous veggies into your boss monster, which is very useful for this deck. For example, if you're able to put Eggplant into the boss monster, so if you have 2 of them and you destroy, your opponent actually drops 2 hand size instead. It also allows for more survivability for the boss monster, which is why it's a very good choice in the deck. Alright guys, we've come to the end of the deck profile. Do like and subscribe for more Buddyfight content. I will be posting more Buddyfight videos. There will be a couple of battle videos coming out soon, and they actually have a footage of the Philippines and Singapore vlog. It's a short one, but I do not know if is it too late to post them. Also, check out buddy-mart.com. We do sell singles all the way to constructed decks, everything to get you into the game of Buddyfight. Alright guys, till the next video, it's time to Buddyfight!